Anoti efa Kennedy Agyapong wone Anas aremi yaw Anas eho ensem yi a defamation yi Ghana Kennedy Agyapong we ni case no ena America maimu meche New Jersey enso de eye ade se Anas aremi yaw Anas ena awe ni case no ache sise no omu eche se 18 million Anas aremi yaw Anas ode ensem bi aba abetudwa Kennedy Agyapong ono so ne lawyers a omu ewo Ghana e de ensem bi abetudwa se this is the beginning of the end story. Afena asem no kra no e be chance omo nso nkire mu no ye de bebro but introducing Black Rasta wono nso e de ne ho ababaje asem we mu a asem a wafa asem we sei so aka etwa Ghana judiciary no we twa wo mada pa eno nso be kom na ja what ensem a Black Rasta enso e de ebetu dwa no update ni nyina no e na me de ebre wo hase mora Tia by the Yabakoni Aquatia in Simnimu Bato, the Mamem Brashu Turu Kakra, not just what a semno asiye. On 2018, Enna, a year, Cosinante, Chino, Assam Ebaya, Anas, a releasee, number 12, Ebeto, my Ghana Moa, oh, any Indian say, a Cosinante, or just a president of the Republic, then president, Nana Danko Kufuado, or to me, just what to be crafano, Edna Sen Butoma, and who Assam Ebi Dija, Nanonam so, Enna, Omuyi. Kosinantechi edi tewa winim yes sanity na sasem we say ebeto dwa in 2019 ena abranti a ye frɛ ne sɛ eye ametswale utumi ewu na before say ametswale eba abewu ni mpokra no na 2018 eye Kennedy Agyapong aba bonten abelambaste eye Anas sɛ Anas eye kronfo ena Kennedy Agyapong enso Esha say investigation etia Anas edi pictures bi eba say ya Anas ni nyina ne say ofra wono nso investigation ne say eye who watches the watchman ache say ni nyina no maka e o face video nim but today fast forward ne enkoye nim eti sansem we say no ekire no ena eye Anas aremi yaw Anas edi Kennedy Agyapong ekọ court e wo man Ghana mu ache say ne court honum no wo mu anse da nya information papa bia and the court no ruling in favor of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, then Honorable. And in 2019, 2020, 2021, aha, and asem no ebege bloody. Don't forget, hashtag support Kofi Adoma wini. Eye campaigner ekosho. Kofi Adoma wini ne ni ho ensem no mesra wo. Bomodi ana bibi kakra bia won so betumi e de a support no. Support Kofi Adoma wini. O mesre wo bia iska. Ne mum no. A way to appreciate Kofi Adoma ngoni de wono so waye ene mo a waboa Ghana fo ebie obetumi afa information there a good screen see enim GoFundMe link no ena Momo number no so wo send bibi afa so a mesra wo edua ebeba no Steven Kofi Adoma sedin foforo ba me pacho en send usika emfa enkosi so wate so wo penitietie mu nso a o de call description box nim e wo YouTube wa say na ubenya information no e de efiri honum eyi titia medase anu ti no yanko animu a in 2021 ena Honorable Kennedy Agyapong wone Daddy Fred ekoye interview bi ewo internet video yi so anu ti this particular video ena Anas nsa kan bia ene o ma so no se da bi we de on fa nko Ghana because ba ko no de ko Ghana no wo hu so anu ti o de ko eye Essex County Superior Court a ewo New Jersey na ehonum ena omu akoka asem na sese no Honorable Kennedy Agyapong omu kiremu say $18 million. Hey, ano kranya baako na mum otua times 5 but yes I want another side of this same sikano ne story enso ewo honum a me de ebeka ho na ebra court case no eba na wieye no ade se Anas arem yaw Anas waba bontin ababa beka ensem bia yakona de yenkonkotie na yemra.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today I stand before you not just as a journalist but as a witness to history, a child of Ghana's turbulent past, and a soldier in the fight for truth. Yesterday in the Essex County Superior Court of New Jersey, an 8-member jury delivered a unanimous verdict holding Kennedy Agyapong former Ghanaian MP, liable for defamation and awarding damages of $18 million. The ruling is more than a legal victory. It is a profound affirmation that truth matters, that justice is not a privilege of the powerful, and that the arc of history does indeed bend towards righteousness. My story begins long before this moment. I was born at the 37 Military Barracks in Accra, the son of the soldier who served in an era where power belonged to those who wielded the gun. I grew up watching my nation transition from military rule to democracy, witnessing firsthand the struggle of ordinary Ghanaians yearning for justice, transparency, and accountability. When Ghana finally embraced democracy, I knew that safeguarding it required more than just laws. It needed the unyielding courage of those willing to hold power accountable. That is why I chose journalism, not as a career, but as a calling. Over the years, my team and I have exposed corruption at the highest levels, from the corridors of politics to the halls of justice. But in fighting the corrupt, one becomes a target. Mr. Agyapong, in a desperate bid to silence me, labeled me a land grabber, an extortionist, a murderer, a tax evader, and a blackmailer who ought to be hanged. These were not just lies. They were calculated attempts to destroy my credibility and put my life in danger. While Ghana's legal system failed to deliver justice in 2018, the US court upheld truth. This case was not easy. Proving defamation in the United States requires establishing actual malice by a clear and convincing evidence standard, one of the highest legal thresholds in the world. That the jury ruled 8-0 in my favor on every count is a testament to the fact that Mr. Agyapong acted with reckless disregard. Regrettably, Ghana's justice system has not always lived up to the principles of fairness and impartiality. When I sued Mr. Agyapong in 2018, despite his inability to legally substantiate his allegations, the court ruled against me, with Justice Barr scandalously branding me a terrorist instead of adjudicating the facts before him. This miscarriage of justice was later condemned by Supreme Court Justice Kolende, who rightly described it as a violent abuse of judicial authority. My fight has never been for personal gain, but for the soul of Ghana's democracy. This victory in the US sends a powerful message. The media cannot be silenced, truth cannot be buried, and those who wield power must be held accountable. Let this moment be a wake-up call to all who seek to erode the foundations of justice in Ghana. Let it remind us that democracy is not just about elections, but institutions that uphold the truth, courts that deliver justice without fear or favor, and citizens who refuse to accept corruption as the norm. To my legal team, Andrew Dehere Esquire, Arthur Womega Esquire, Evans Salasi Adeka Esquire, and Odei Crow Esquire, I am forever grateful for your dedication to justice. And to my supporters in Ghana and around the world, your unwavering belief in the fight strengthens my resolve. The battle against corruption continues. We will name, shame, and jail. Ghana deserves better, and I will never stop fighting for a future where justice is not a privilege of the powerful, but the right of every citizen. Thank you.
Eti way ene ensemo anas aremi yaw anas wade aba abetudwa chese 80 million that should go through adwene mo asem no mo nwieye ombesa court 80 million o de enko ye ni mo na sika no menni bi na said America no honorable Kennedy Agyapong yade so wono so ne lawyers a omu ewo man Ghana mu ababonte abeka se owu da bi nye 18 million Ghana for monchele na monyema home because asem no yenya enninwiye enu ti ye dani a ombesa akoko to no na afena omu ekoka sikasem no because in the first video no so won hwe ya ko this particular link no mu ubenya ahwe me can say honorable Kennedy Agyapong eka san ko betwa case no so with $10,000 US. And no court no ebetena so na omu esa esusu ho. But in other stories mo, example, to say the Anas ebeka yedie. Echese 80 million no, wenya we near we. Yanko tie Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Eye, ne lawyer say wo Ghana, and some more omudebe tudwa no. Na yemra.
A couple of years ago, can be a kahun. Oh, sir, what will be objection? So there was misdirection, and of course now I put you the decision on hold. Sir, Obama, you know the misdirection. You are saying you understand the way forward.
Na enra wabra na eye asem ni die no ekoso no ensem ba sa na mutimi di to eye court na nima na mo gidie wom se court no betimi di e amamo
So me that's information me want say the tender the judgment of the high court or her and so videos you know who watches the watchman the point the Anas the media would be in attention upon your own benefit or blackmailing for become put to so much a bribe. Na or forcing me to mammoji to Tomagia. Not the other two. It was obvious men say me fear be maybe a catcher. And I made my conclusion after I saw the videos. We all support me and ask me when video na music that will cook. I can't be of us with a teaching pastor. Or investigations now, or cousin go to Janabi because of the new guy. Me now, they were all with what they are saying. Of course, you see, a big Okasa. And yet, the jury believes that you're going to call the all rights or come be once only the second one.
No, but say evidence it just say nia wo ye nia dan na jury no ent me enhunu no kreya wo si wuhuru e wo sa evidence kro na wo de to court na ni menya ne say videos ni bi kra mo de kire no ebi mo hwa video na wo say na we nipa na wo ho ya na say we pre-contract ye dia sense wa ye di moja fafem.
That's it. In the first place, when you Bruni had your person, and I only
Minim Sadiano.
Bruni, on 2 years.
Where a lawyer, is there a statement of fact, the Okano?
Yes, it is. Unless you are not learned.
No. But you don't need to learn to know what
colonialization. You know. The question you are asking is coming from the fact that they led evidence and the jury still press that no, defamation. Yes, sir.
And I mean,
and make it out that Sabu not since it was there, you know. He has his own thought about the black man. And you know, he could have influenced his decision. Because Michelle, people in my course were called simple not tells you don't know. Where's Michelle? And I may have to say me, who's a white man superior, say me. No idea with me, you are near with this idea. You are in the tears, I must say. And my opinion, what can I be appointed was right. Somebody who is going about, let me give you an example. There will be a journalist, no, or the president of America. I could buy some major bribe, no 20 photos, over Metro Team. America will never do that because they will protect the image of their president. That is what Anas did. But
investigative journalism
in the video.
But investigative journalism, Jumano, the use of the word Leono or patches. I mean, for instance, for instance, we a businessman. Now, Obia Banchen say, may a business mogul, United Arab Emirates. Now, me pay so and so, and you're free. Now, we need him come on now, Koki can say now who implicate you one. You're in a way.
Now, sir, I record now on Katanoka, Katan so all record now. Even legally, you're mother. Listen to me. Me being come on. Obra my own one attention will come out of two. Is it right?
And I make a choice say a investigative journalism adwuma. Say meba say as why we are medanim ni a wa bin a wa ko school akwa chenti de make no me sure say we are aware pa. Say investigative journalism adwuma na omo ye no. Say be a case be of national interest. No be any de achie. Na ye pemu no kra. Enzentwe ni timi de ne ho hinta kopa no kra no ba. Eti wo record one ni say wo ba ho amane eti na ye investigative journalism work no wo de ne ho hinta no ana wonim sa de no
ana minim so say investigative journalism wa won tra ho en yaboni na won openipa en fa se mo tunu so video no ko di wo se wan ayibi ni se bi o man is because one ye o so mi se je me o so ma no television what happened? And I am not a fool. I'm not ignorant. All those things, they didn't commit any offense. If you love them or for so I'm saying, I know trap picture. I can't investigate journalism, and that is what it spoke about. If there's an issue you want to investigate corruption, fine. But then conform to the one Nitika. What do you mean? You so what the price? I mean, how can you do that? Look. When you say, Oma, judges now, or the Oyam, Sadiq court, them. They lost their job. They were not restored. And they were really defamating. He did not know that. And these are facts that I know. And they never had them there defamating. But they have their rights because they constituted the court and they made a decision. What are they?
Yeah.
It is within the law for Ken to say the court misdirected duty. And that's what he has done.
It is a court decision, no. Ato ensure ediagu agenda mo certain say mo wage war against watchman no because mo badane watchman na mo hwe watchman.
But in our country we have a decision that is still standing. Are you not aware?
Me aware of that one too.
America, Ghana is a sovereign state. America cannot tell us what to do, and therefore we so fight against that corrupt guy who goes about. You know how he lives in Dubai? What do you know? In Ghana, he was taking people's property because he's an ass. Or call home, as well as a court, Mr. Ghana, you can because he has investigated.
As a media house, but the crack. What the yes, the proceedings of the court is public, isn't it? Public.
And if an ass says something like that, and it's on record, is it not something to speak to? He said that he made that statement.
Okay.
And I'm saying that he even in his statement after the decision, he reiterated it. How corrupt is the Ghanaian?
Charles Amu Dati, who is a private legal practitioner and former spokesperson for Kennedy Agyapong. Counsel, good morning.
Good morning, Chief. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
Brilliant.
Great. Counsel, I want to believe that you are aware of developments in the States in the last 48 hours.
Yes, I've read around, and I'm just waiting for instructions from Honorable Ken and his lawyers in the U.S. before I can speak to the matter. But if you want me to give a general view of how the whole thing is panning out, I can go ahead and do so.
Sure. That's why we called you this morning. Go ahead, sir.
All right. I think you've seen some flyers and some messages on Facebook talking about an award of $18 million.
Yes.
To Anasa Rimia. Is that the matter?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. You see, in simple terms, in law, there cannot be an award when there is no judgment. There is no judgment, so there cannot be an award. A judgment has not been entered. The verdict has not been entered. So how can people be talking about $18 million?
Is that your understanding, or that's a reality? Is that your understanding from what happened?
That is the case. That is the case. If there's no judgment, there cannot be an award. And now there's a motion of a misfile. And that the judge is going to give his ruling in 30 days. So the ruling can be, you see, the jury has been dismissed. So it could be that they are going to empanel a different jury altogether to look at the matter again, or if the decision depends on the judge. So right now, there's no conclusion. The case is not concluded yet. There is no judgment. There is no judgment. And if there's no judgment, there cannot be award. So I'm very surprised, and this is very preposterous, to see Anas and his group, on Facebook, sending unnecessary messages while the process has not concluded. So all that I would say for now is that people should just relax and let's see the outcome of the matter after its conclusion. So we are not worried. Honorable is not worried. No, we are not worried because it's a court process. And so let the process conclude. And then when it is fully matured, and then we will all see the outcome. So I say, Anas is now just walking around jubilating for nothing. So people don't understand the process. The process will actually explain itself when the judgment comes out.
Charles, help me understand this. From what I have read, there was an 8-member jury who voted in a certain direction, correct?
Yep.
What exactly did the jury vote on?
You see, where did you get your source from? You have read it.
Yes, I have
read.
Where
did you get your source from? Where is the source?
I read on the internet this morning.
Very good. So therefore, you have to look for the source, where it's coming from. Is it coming from Anas or is it coming from the court? You see, when we are actually giving information out, it's very important you get the proper source. Let's try to get the court process. Let's try to get what the court actually said and everything. We can't just pick anything from the internet and base conclusions or discussions on the internet. That's why I said, let us wait. Soon and very soon, the judge will come out with his ruling, and then we will get a proper, authentic document, and then all of us will speak to it and make meaning of the words and everything, and see whether it is lawful or unlawful, and see the legal implications of the ruling. Now that there is no ruling, now there is no judgment, somebody has put his opinion on internet, and then we are wasting time to discuss someone else's opinion.
Are you in any way suggesting that this information on the internet is one that has probably been put out by the Anas team to cause some, disaffection for the former member of parliament?
You, the truth that comes out of evil is a divine truth that nothing on this earth can say. You understand? And so let's wait for the truth. Let's wait for the actual information, and let us not discuss opinions.
You would obviously have details of all of this information with you. I mean, what we are reading is something in the region of about $18 million. I mean, that's a lot of money if your client potentially loses this case. How confident are you that you could overturn that if what we are reading is not true?
You see, my client is not worried about it because this 18 million is not the matter. The matter is a fair trial. We have to look for a fair trial. And now we have put in an motion for a mistrial. The judge is going to consider that motion. And so this hula balloon about 18 million, etc., award, punitive award, damages award, etc., I don't think it's about time that we discuss it. It is a pre-discussion, and this is premature discussion. So we are not worried. We know the truth will come out. We know Anas is going to get nothing. He's going to get nothing. And you and I know that for instance, if you get a judgment at High Court, you can always move to the next court, the Court of Appeal, or you can go to Supreme Court finally for the final decision to be pronounced. So now this is just the beginning of the battle. This is just the beginning of the battle. So we are not worried. So this jubilation is nothing for us. So let's see. I believe in the fact that I will let the court process in itself. I will let the matter go for the full trial, and let's see what the judge will come up with. And remember, remember that the jury has been dismissed. That is what we have to look for. And then we have to ask questions. Why the dismissal of the jury? You see, we don't have to focus on the 18 million. But why was the jury dismissed? That's the issue. So that's why I said there are a lot of legal issues, misunderstanding here and there, misinterpretation here and there, and then the rush to judgment and the rush to jubilation is unnecessary. So let's wait. I just want to assure Ghanaians that they should wait, they should relax, they should not jump to conclusions until the final ruling in 30 days comes.
Between now and that 30 days, what would you be doing?
Well, definitely I will get the full documents I have requested. It will be sent to me. Once I get it, I will digest it with other lawyers. We will look at the laws in the U.S. and then we will also look at whether or not the decision in Ghana, the court judgment in Ghana had an impact over the case in Essex County in New Jersey.
At what point are you likely to get in touch with your client to get a lot more clarity on this? You said you've not spoken to him.
I can't tell you, but soon and very soon. As a matter of fact, we are working on this. You see, Anas is just doing propaganda. That's all I will tell you. Honorable Ken is more relaxed. We are focused. We know what we are doing, and we have good lawyers, and they know how to try cases. We are not rushing to conclusion. We will not prejudge. All that we are saying is that let us wait and see the ruling. As soon as we get the documentation, I will call Mr. Kwachi myself, and I will come to the people and analyze for Ghanaians to know exactly what went down.
Charles, finally, I mean, this is a case in court. Why would you think someone would want to do propaganda with this?
That is what I'm saying. Propaganda. You know the people that we are dealing with, and I'm glad that you said the case is in court. So if the case is in court, let's wait for the court documentation. But let us not wait. Let us not depend our discussion on one's personal. And let's wait until we get an authentic, certified court document, so that we can do a proper and intellectual and legal discussion and discourse thereafter.
Charles, thank you for the legal education this morning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Say the question at hand and say Anas Arimiyaw Anas ni 8 million no eno ni begina. Anas Honorable Kennedy Agyapong ni 10,000 no eno ni begina. But in both cases, you know, it be a times 5. I just say asem no ano ending. At the end of the day, no, you be the clarity of the story. Na sasem we say eba bonten no ena Black Rasta eja controversial radio presenter baako ono so eba bonten a oba edina no ebetu ensem nim. Black Rasta kire say Ghana yen court ni judicial system yi de enye any of our opportunity we say ho bon krofo echipa ka say Ghana for mo hunu asem kuro ya na ekọ Ghana court a montumi anka but ekọ USA ya wo maka ama asem no emu abeda ho fenchem a je say enipa mako 8 a omu eka asem no emu ba akokora anka bi amfa ma eye Kennedy Agyapong. Black Rasta aturo fire yanko ni nkutie ni nsem no na yemra.
I am happy. Whether we like it or not, justice is so expensive in our country, Ghana. How many people would go to the police, let alone go to the courts? When they have an issue, they see the police as an agent of bribery and corruption. They see our courts as agents of corruption and bribery. Go out there and have your own research. How many Ghanaians believe in the Ghanaian court system? How many Ghanaians believe in the police? If you have any issue and the police rears his ugly head in courts, my brother, the Ghanaian would be smiling. All he would tell you is that all they want is money. Is that true or false? On our streets, we see the wanton effrontery by the police, taking bribe left, right, and center. Yet the police is an honorable outfit. My family is a family of police. My brother, it's so shocking. It's so sad. My brother, if you have no money, you can't go to court. Justice is so expensive in our country. I go to America and I see so many billboards all over the place. Judges and lawyers are ready to take people to court for justice for free. Whatever money they make at the court, they will take their share. Not in Ghana. No money, no justice. Where the mantra has become so, no money, no justice, then justice is thrown to the dogs. We all saw how Agyapong went to the courts here in Ghana and how the courts favored Agyapong. They didn't see any defamation, even though it was so clear. So many legal brains had said that the judge erred in that case. We all heard how the judge said Anas Armiyao Anas was involved in investigative terrorism and not journalism. We saw that. We heard that. Agyapong described Anas as a murderer, a blackmailer, a thief, and all that. The judge upheld all these with no evidence of one single murder. My brother, if a Ghanaian court can be this careless, as has been mentioned by so many legal brains, I'm not a lawyer, now is taken to America and a whooping 18 million American dollars. Multiply that by 15 Ghana cedis, and it will tell you how much Agyapong is going to hemorrhage. Does he have that much? Is he going to sell property to be able to get that? 18 million American dollars. Maybe this is chicken change for him. But if it is chicken change, his lawyers are asking and demanding that the amount be reduced. They are asking for a mistrial. I just spoke with my lawyers as well to educate me, because I am not one of their educated colleagues or learned colleagues. You know what my lawyer said? He said it is clear. 18 million American dollars awarded to Anas. But the lawyers of Agyapong are now trying to ask for a reduction and asking the judge to interfere in the ruling. But as it stands right now, it's 18 million American dollars. Hey! And interestingly, in courts, Anas's lawyers also played videos of Agyapong bragging that he has so much money and that anywhere he goes in the world, he will pay if he is wrong. Like Bob Marley said. My brother, my sister, in that case, Bloomberg was even mentioned. My brother, my sister, as it stands right now, I am glad where justice has taken us to. But to our Ghanaian courts, with all love and respect, this is all we have here. Let's raise the level of integrity. It's sad to see judges and lawyers taking goats and sheep and bribe, as we saw in Anas's video, authenticated by the president at the time. My brother, my sister, to deliver injustice in our courts. It's a shame. 18 million American dollars. And Nas doesn't have to work again till he dies. Congratulations to Anas Armiyao Anas for fighting injustice and defamation. Next time we speak, I am sure will be more decorous. And to Agyapong, my very good friend Agyapong, well, You say you have all the money. This is free chobo. We all saw how he was sweating in court. Pictures of all that came out. But the twist is this. Anas appeared in court without his legendary beaded mask. But he still disguised himself. In another discussion, we will look at that. In the interim, it's been the voice of the patriot.
Eti wene ensemo asese die aba abetodwa concerning Honorable Kennedy Agyapong wone Anas Arimiyaw Asnas omo ensem no eho. Asem bia na ebesi wo this particular asem we say no echiri no e ya de se masotia me de ho asem ebebrewo. Na won so adwenkyere ewo ho no fa to comment section no aseni ni nkomo emfa emfiri ho no mesro so won subscribe ya bomodi ane subscribe na turn on the notification bell said ye be ne the video bia na update bia ebeto so awon sabeka na wanya bi ahwe so YouTube a bomodi ane follow ye na beka WhatsApp TV ebusuaku no eho mesro ya no like no share videos no e de amaye o comment no fa to comment section no ase as usual ye be di nkomo e de afiri eho no mo nso. You better share, but until then, no, don't forget. Say hashtag support Kofi Adoma when a campaigner ekoso. For information, no, a free description box nim. Na onso kakra ube to me abwa and now ube to me a support no. Also show appreciation. I was so. Macro.